documentation guru. First thing, was thinking about changing the name of my channel. A while back, 2 or 3 months ago, I'd asked if anybody'd be willing to take over the rehab and documentation guru. But as I've morphed into talking more about ethics, things related to, what's going on in the world, medically, uh, it's pretty clear that there is an audience still that's interested in that, and that's where my interests primarily lie. And consistent with my background too, as a former pastor, as somebody who's been to seminary, somebody who's taught about ethics. So it's perhaps time to morph my channel. And so I'm considering changing my name. And so tell me what you think of this name. So the name that I'm considering is Seeking Light. And the reason I say seeking light is often, not only in the Bible, but, in any other cultural context, used to indicate that you're seeking for truth. And not only can that be related to scriptural things, so I might do some scriptural related things, but it can also be related to ethics, can be related to truth telling in our modern world. So maybe the seeking light would be a little bit more encompassing of the various topics, and even documentation and rehab. So if I decide to pipe in on that once in a while. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. But what I wanted to do is talk about a question I got from a viewer, and that is this. What do you do when your employer says, well, since you don't want to get the magic fairy dust, do you have a history of taking any other types of fairy dust? Because, some of those fairy dusts also use similar processes to come to market. So what would you say in that particular context? Well, to borrow the words of what one of my viewers said, and apparently was successful, it's none of your business. See, she told her employer when asked, when mandated to get the magic fairy dust, it's none of your business, and it's illegal for you to ask me what my exemption is. And I thought that was pretty good, and she won. So, and frankly, and technically, that is true. I've been a little less contentious than that, although I have been contentious. Perhaps more so with my daughter's situation, which we won also. But anyway, what do you say in that context? Well, here's how you might consider approaching it. And these are just my thoughts. Okay, everybody has a change of opinion over time. Everybody has had a change of opinion over time. And so what that could mean in the case of this is, because this magic fairy dust was made so political, it was made such a political topic, people like me got into investigating where we hadn't before, because before we were just told informed consent. Here's what it can do, this fairy dust. Here's what it might cause, this fairy dust. These are the risks and the benefits of the fairy dust. You decide. But now we're being told you have no choice. You must take it. And there's people like me, and I don't know if it's my Irish blood, my Scottish blood, my Polish blood, or perhaps even my French blood. I mean, the French are pretty contentious. That gets me. They like gets me here, and it gets me fighting. It gets my blood boiling. So then I investigate and I go, oh, there's definitely some things that I don't like about this magic fairy dust. Here, I'm trying to orient this a little bit better. So what I would do is I'd say, one, my opinion has changed over time. And frankly, some of the medicines that I've taken in the past that were involved in research that I find reprehensible, some of those I got when I was a little kid, when I didn't have any say in the decision. My parents just got it done. And it is what it is, right? I participated then unwillingly. But now I have a willing objection. And so I would say, as I've researched this, I've become convicted related to my religious secular, ethical principles that I don't want the magic fairy dust. That should be sufficient. Um, and I think that's where I would leave it, frankly, because everybody has a change of opinion. But if you want to bring in a religious element, you want to show them that you're really religious, especially if you're a Bible believing person. So if you're a Bible believing person, here's a little Bible story for them. I've kind of shared this before, but remember the thieves on the cross next to Jesus? Okay, like if we're saying we have a religious concern exempting us, then they should have no problem with us bringing up the Bible. And so we can say, remember there was two thieves on the cross, on crosses next to Jesus. And the Bible tells us that in the morning, both thieves were making fun. They were mocking Jesus. But by the end of the time that Jesus was on the cross, which was only a period of about 6 hours before he died, that thief had a change in heart. He said he was mocking earlier, but now he's saying, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And tells the other thief, we rightly deserve this. We're guilty, but he's innocent. He doesn't deserve this. Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And so if somebody can have that dramatic of a shift within 6 hours, is it not possible that we can have a dramatic shift in our willingness to participate in the taking of magic fairy dust related to how it's developed? And the answer is obviously yes. So anyway, that's how I would basically handle that question. So anyway, let me know what you think about that, how you might have handled that same situation. I'd be curious. Also, please remember to comment. What do you think about the change of my channel to Seeking Light? What do you think about that title? Anyway, for now, at least, this is John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru, wishing you a good rest of the weekend. Take care.